We always have people delivering milk at our door. Now, this is a short little story for us to do the comprehension. Once, a milkman. Milkman goes daily to deliver milk at different houses. Once it happened, he fell sick. We don't always remain fit, isn't it? So the milkman fell ill and he could not go on his usual rounds to deliver milk. Now, he had a very serious, faithful friend. His customers could not do without milk, and it will be a loss if he doesn't give the milk away. It can get spoiled. So what to do now? Finding no one to send with his donkey, he put all the bottles on his donkey and sent him off. He put all the milk bottles in bags, put it on the donkey. Such a faithful friend. What did the donkey do? Donkey went from house to house and he stood there. People took the milk, emptied the milk, put the bottles back. And then, to the milkman's amazement, the donkey came back with all bottles empty. So, a faithful friend. He knew what his master did every day after day. So, he just continued. He went without anybody's help, delivering milk for the people on time. That's the story we are going to do. Okay? A milkman once, a milkman. A milkman once fell ill. Man once fell ill and could not go and could not go on his usual rounds, on his usual round to deliver milk. To deliver milk. Okay. A milkman once fell ill and could not go on his usual rounds to deliver milk. Okay. This was a very serious matter. This was a very serious matter. Okay, delivering milk in the morning. Very important, isn't it? His customers could not do. His customers could not do without milk. His customers could not do without milk. If it was not delivered, if the milk was not delivered, if the milk was not delivered while it was fresh, if the milk was not delivered while it was fresh, it could get bad. It could get bad. Okay? Finding no one to send with his donkey. Finding no one. Finding no one to go with his donkey. Finding no one to go with his donkey. He put the bottles into large bags and hung them on the animal. Donkey. He put the bottles of milk. He put the bottles into large bags. Into large bags and hung them. And hung them on the sides of the animal, on the side of the animal. The faithful donkey, the faithful and dutiful. Faithful and dutiful donkey trotted off to the town. Trotted away to the town. He stopped at the houses. He stopped at the regular houses. He stopped at the regular houses and delivered milk. Houses and he stopped at the regular houses and pulled the doorbells and pulled the doorbell. The doorbell. He waited. For the people. He waited for the people to help themselves. And return the bottle. And return the empty bottles. When the donkey arrived home, the milkman man found. The milkman found that all the milk, all the milk delivered correctly. No bottle missing or broken. Or broken. Lovely story, isn't it? Now let's have some questions. Let's read it once again before we go into question. A milkman once fell ill and could not go on his usual rounds to deliver milk. This was a very serious matter. His customers could not do without milk. If the milk was not delivered while it was fresh, it could get bad. Finding no one to go with his donkey, he put the bottles into large bags and hung them on the sides of the animal. The faithful and dutiful donkey trotted away to the town. He stopped at the regular houses and pulled the doorbell. He waited for the people to help themselves and return the empty bottles. When the donkey arrived home, the milkman found that all the milk delivered correctly, no bottle missing or broken. Now some questions. First question. Why could not the milkman? Why could not the milkman go on his usual round to deliver milk? Why? Answer is, the milkman could not go on his usual rounds, deliver milk, because he was ill. Why could not the milkman go? The milkman could not go on his usual round because he fell ill. And the second question, why was it a serious matter? Why? Why was it a serious matter? It was a serious matter because everybody wants milk. Customers could not do, people cannot do without milk, and if the milk is not delivered, it will get spoiled. So, it was a very serious matter. Milk is to be delivered, not delivered, it gets spoiled. So, it was a very serious matter, and the milkman is sick. Third question. The third question, what did the sick milkman do? What did the sick milkman do? What did he do? The sick milkman put the bottles of milk into large bags and hung them on the donkey. The sick milkman put the milk into bottles, and the bottles were put into large bags and hung on the animal. What did the donkey do? What did? What did the donkey do? Don't say donkey is bad. Clever donkey. Okay. What did the donkey do? The donkey trotted off. Donkey is a faithful and dutiful donkey here. So the faithful and dutiful donkey trotted away to the town first. Second, he stopped at the regular houses. He pulled the doorbell. First, trotted off to the town. Second, he went to the regular house and he pulled the doorbell. 3, he waited. He waited for the people to help themselves and put the bottles back. 3 things. 1, he trotted off to the town. 2, he pulled the doorbell. 3rd, he waited for the people to help themselves and returned the empty bottles. What did the milkman find when the donkey returned? What did the milkman find What did the milkman find when the donkey returned? When the donkey returned. When the donkey returned, the milkman found all the milk delivered correctly. Bottles, no bottle missing or broken. When the donkey returned to the milkman, he found all the milk delivered, all the bottles returned, and no bottle broken. So wasn't the clever and faithful donkey? We said donkey. It's a big donkey, cannot do anything. No, here the donkey seemed faithful and dutiful. So this is a short comprehension on the milkman and his donkey, how we delivered milk. All you need to do, read, understand, comprehend, learn to answer the questions at the end of the passage. Some of us might know the story of the Tom Thumb. The lovely little story, it takes place in the wood, and how his family abandons the children there, how Tom Thumb finds the way back home. It's a lovely, very interesting story. So we'll do a short comprehension on the story of Tom Thumb. The woodman, woodcutter, woodman took his wife, took his family. The woodman took his family into the wood, the woodman took his family into a very thick wood where they could not see one another. The woodman took his family into a very thick wood where they could not see one another 10 paces off. 10 paces off. The woodman began to cut some wood. The woodman began to cut some wood. And the children the children to gather up the sticks, to gather up the sticks. And to make them into bundles, sticks, and make them into bundles. Their father and mother, their father and mother, their father and mother, seeing them also busy, crept away from them, crept away from them, crept away from them bit by bit, bit by bit. And then all at once, ran away through the bushes. All at once ran away through the bushes. Ran away through the bushes. When the children saw, when the children saw that they had been left alone, they started to cry loudly. They started to cry loudly. Tom Thumb let them cry. Tom Thumb let them cry. For he had taken care to drop all along the road, the little white stones, he had in his pockets. Then he said to them, then he said to them, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Brothers, do not be afraid, brothers. Father and mother have left us here. Father and mother have left us here. But I will take you home. Take you home. I will take you home. Now some question. So this is a story, a short story, long story made into short. A story of little Tom Thumb. The woodman took his family into a very thick wood where they could not see one another after 10 paces off. The woodman began to cut some wood and the children to gather up the sticks and make them into bundles. Their father and mother, seeing them all so busy, crept away from them bit by bit, and then all at once ran away through the bushes. When the children saw that they had been left alone, they started to cry loudly. Tom Thumb let them cry, for he had taken care to drop all along the road the little white stones he had in his pockets. Then he said to them, do not be afraid, brothers. Father and mother have left us here, but I will take you home. Now for some questions. You must read, understand, comprehend the passage, then answer the question. The first question. Where? Where did the woodman take his family to? Take his family. The answer is the woodman took his family into a very thick wood where they could not see one another in 10 paces. Paces, 1 foot, 2, 3 like that. So the woodman took his family into a very thick wood. Thick wood is thick forest. The second question, what did he do when they got there? Second question, what did he do? What did he do when he got there? When he got there, what did he do? The woodman began to cut some wood. What did he do when he got there? The woodman began to cut some wood. Next, how did the children help their father? Next question, how? How did the children help their father? How did the children help their father? The children began to gather up the sticks. The children gathered the sticks and made them into bundles. The children gathered the sticks and made them into bundles. Next, how did the father and mother do? What did the father and mother do when the children were busy? What did the father and mother do when the children were busy? When the children were busy. Very sad question, isn't it? The father and mother, seeing the children so busy, crept away from them bit by bit, and then all at once ran away through the bushes. What did the father and mother do? When the father and mother found the children busy, they crept away slowly into the bushes. Next question. Why did the children start to cry? Why? Why did the children start? Why did the children start to cry? The children started to cry. They started to cry when they saw they had been left alone. The children started to cry when they found that they had been left alone. Why did Tom Thumb not cry? Tom Thumb knew his parents would abandon them, so he had some pebbles, white pebbles in his pocket, so he dropped the pebbles all along the way. How did Tom Thumb take his brothers back home? Tom Thumb had dropped white stones. He followed the path and took the brothers back home. It's a lovely little story. It's a very sad story, but the cleverness of the Tom Thumb, being very clever, knew the motive of the parents, so kept it in mind, kept pebbles in his pocket, white pebbles that too, easy to identify in the thick wood. It's a lovely little comprehension. First understand, and then here is the family, woodcutter's family, taking the family into the forest, collecting wood while the children are busy. They abandoned the children. But among the children, Tom Thumb being clever, he made his way clear how to get back.